So the Steelers think they have a chance against the Ravens with Byron Leftwich at quarterback. So the question is, can they get it done this Sunday against the Ravens without Big Ben? We welcome in Big Lomas.
That's right. Hello.
How are you?
I'm great.
All right. You know what? Who's going to start this off? I think I'll give it to you, Rob Parker.
The Raven fan.
Can they get it done without Big Ben?
No, Pittsburgh can't get it done. You know what? It just kills me how all of a sudden people act like Big Ben doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, just put in Leftwich. It'll be great. He's a great quarterback. He's a mediocre quarterback who has never, ever impressed me from the standpoint that I feel good like he's going to win the game. I look at it as exact opposite. I know Pittsburgh's 4-0 at home, and I know that they've beaten up on the also-rans. That's why they have a good record. But this is their big game right here at home against the Ravens, who scored double nickels in their last game. And I think Leftwich will have a bad game for Pittsburgh. I know they're going to run the football. They're going to try not to put them in too many situations. I got them with a couple of picks. I got the Ravens rolling in this game. They win it by 2 touchdowns in Pittsburgh.
Wow. By 2 touchdowns?
By 2 touchdowns in Pittsburgh.
You know what?
You heard it right here.
That's for dinner.
I'm going to have a heart today, and I'm not going to put you on the spot for a dinner on this.
No way. Don't
That's
do it.
beneath my dignity.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm going with Pittsburgh because of Mike Tomlin. Not because Ben in there, not because Leftwich is going quarterback, because of Mike Tomlin. And here's why. This man's philosophy that he preaches every day before and after practice is the standard is the standard. Meaning that these guys, whoever's in there, is expected to play at a certain level. And anytime you hear this each and every day being preached at you by your head coach, and you're having success, then you become a mentally tough team. And you don't let things like your quarterback being gone or injuries or different things like that hurt your team. I look at it just like with the one team that had the Giants. The next man up. That's their moniker. And they seem to be able to overcome situations that they shouldn't be able to overcome.
How did that speech work out in last year against Denver in a playoff game where they didn't have all their pieces and they lost? So talk sounds good, and I hear you with Tomlin and what he's been able to accomplish, Lomas. But Big Ben is a huge part of that team, and I'm telling you, I don't feel comfortable. And Leftwich has started, what, one game? This will be his first start in 37 months or something like that.
It's about 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Yeah, don't forget, different coordinator. Todd Haley's there. He want to pound the ball more.
No, I understand.
You got a different philosophy than you had last year.
If I'm Baltimore, I know if I'm not looking for the pass and I can concentrate on the run because that's what they want to do, I still got them.
Can we hear from our resident Steeler fan?
Well, I definitely think that the Steelers, you know, I hear where Rob's coming from and all his points are valid, but I'm still rolling with Lomas on this one simply because I don't think that with Byron Leftwich, I mean, the guy has thrown 21 passes in 3 years, okay? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So I don't expect him to really throw the ball much this weekend. I think he's the kind of guy, you know, he's got a slow release. We all know that he's not quick of foot as well. So I don't think you're going to see the Pittsburgh Steelers trying to throw the football a significant amount of time. They're going to try to run the football. You know, Rashard Mendenhall, you wait for him to come back, but you still got Isaac Redman, you still got Jonathan Dwyer. Those boys can run the football effectively, and we know a game of this magnitude with the Steelers, with the Ravens, is always, you know, just rugged and old school, and they're going to get grimy and what have you. So I think the Steelers are going to turn it into that kind of game. If this game were in Baltimore, I would definitely pick the Baltimore Ravens. But because it's in Pittsburgh, even though Baltimore is fully capable of winning there, I think this is one of those games they lose before beating the Steelers in 2 weeks. And I think it's one of those situations the Steelers find a way to pull it out.
Wow. It's 3 against 1, Rob, because I'm joining the crowd here.
I hear you.
I've got Pittsburgh at home. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be one of those black and blue kind of battles.
Did you see the Monday night game against Kansas City?
Yeah. Did you see Baltimore at Kansas City? 9-6, Rob. You love that one? 9-6? Yeah, who did pitch that game? I don't know. Okay, so here's the point. To use Stephen A's favorite expression, Byron Leftwich is no scrub. You say you don't like him, but he's won 24 games in this league, which is not all that bad.
How many has he lost?
Okay, 25.
Oh, okay.
But that's because,
I said he's mediocre.
That's because he's lost his last 6 games as he's bounced around, because 3 losses in Tampa, 2 in Atlanta, and lost his last one in Jacksonville. But when he was in Jacksonville, he had a couple of good stretches. He had one 8-3 years as the starting quarterback. played in a couple of playoff games. His career touchdowns to interceptions, 58-41. And again, I'm not trying to sell him as a Hall of Famer. It's good enough that he will throw some completions in this game. He will be a factor. They will run the ball. I've told you, Baltimore, you can run like crazy on. They're ranked 27th against the run.
But is it different, Skip, when you know you're not going to get beat or hurt by the passer, that you can focus in defensively, Lomas, as far as stopping the run game?
But remember, at Baltimore, even with Ray Lewis, the Ravens gave up a franchise record 227 yards rushing. That was this year.
But don't you look at it this way? If you're Baltimore in this situation, no Big Ben on the road, you could hurt Pittsburgh big time. You got to smell blood. This is the one you got to have because you know you have the other one at home. That gives you a huge advantage. You have to win this one.
It's 4 against 1.
Let
me get a dinner on this, but this time you have to pay.
Wait a minute.
We all know he don't like to pay. How many dinners does he owe you?
13.
He said I got to pay this time.
Wait, Rob, the door's open.
Come on, let's do it.
Look at this. We're doing it. But I don't want to go to Subway, and I don't want to go to Olive Garden. Okay?
No, Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday.